First will speak the keywords of the debate as well as the basement, the strongest basement of the BSF side. The next speaker, the second speaker will speak what is the organization factors in influencing in ISETSCO system, and third will speak social perspective of the ISETSCO system, and the fourth will speak rebutting, and fifth will speak with rebutting of all this debating. And very first, I would like to explain what are the keywords of this debate. What are the keywords? ISETSCO and the best possible way. These are the keywords of this debate. What is the ISETSCO? ISETSCO is the statistical measurement between mean and the group of wages. That is the ISETSCO. But we don't talk about the technical part of the ISETSCO because you also know what is the ISETSCO and we also know what is the ISETSCO. As well as Professor Tuttle proved that ISETSCO has a formulation and the special thing to select instruments for the universities, and we never talk about the technical part of the ISETSCO. Very first, I tell. We don't talk about the technical part of the ISETSCO. Then this is the most suitable one for selecting instruments for the universities. That don't mean this is the best way. Please understand that. The best possible way means this is not the best way. This is the most important, most valuable and most suitable for selecting instruments for the university. Very first, I think you can recognize these two persons. Can you recognize? These two persons are Wright brothers who invented the most valuable creation for the world. Who gives that very creation for this bird flying in the sky can be boom. Why? Because some failures are there, some defeats are there. Because understand, it is where this is the most valuable thing in the today present world. Jumbo jet, but it also has some defeats, some failures. But there are some experiments, there are some developments, there are some increasements. After that, the jumbo jet, we can make a spaceship to travel here and there. Now, I think you have a problem. What is the relationship between ISETSCO and what is the relationship between ISETSCO and the aeroplane? Yes, there is no relationship between ISETSCO and the aeroplane. But we can identify hidden relationship between the ISETSCO and the aeroplane. Please understand, Wright brothers invented aeroplane as well as C.W. Kannangara in 1948. Invented free education for this country. After that person invented some situation to select instruments for the universities. But in the past, there is no huge amount of students. There is no huge facilities in universities. But there is some system to select instruments for universities. But after increasement, after development, after observation, and after that, it comes to the ISETSCO system. ISETSCO systems also have some defeats, have some failures. But till those persons, the experiments, the professors and other persons will experiment. Till also they are experimenting. For what? To select a new thing for select instrument for the universities. That's why we said those people are experiment to select new thing for this country. Please understand. Our sir said failures are the pillars of success. Every time in our position, sometimes we are defeated by these persons, but we fail. But that time, please understand. After that, we can again recover our failures and come to this debate and do very best thing. That's why we said ISETSCO also sometimes have some defeats, but it is more than other past reasons. We talk about with the past reason and we don't talk about future because it is imagination.
Members of the opposition, opening you the path vividly and logically, let us establish that Z-score is not the best possible option for selecting students for university admissions. First of all, let me move on with agreeing to certain parts that are dear members, the learned members of the proposition suggested about the Z-score. And there was a lot of parts that we cannot accept, either technically, either logically, nor ethically. And we would first refer to Z-score as a system. What is a system? The dictionary.com defines a system as an assemblage or combination of things or parts forming a complex or unitary whole. This Z-score is a system. This Z-score is the system which is currently being practically used for selecting students for university admissions. And let me have a quick look for the relevant history of Z-score. The learned members of the proposition used for selecting students for the university, where those students are brought to a common scale which enables easy comparison. We do accept that, but is that the best possible solution? And that's what we are discussing today, and that's what we are going to answer. No. The answer is no. There's no doubt about that, and we are going to prove that with a lot of facts, with a lot of research papers, where this learned audience know the value of a research paper, and we are going to prove with facts, with quotations, with charts, the Z-score utilization. If we know the structure of the Z-score as the distinguished members of the proposition suggested, without knowing how this is calculated, can we distinguish whether it is the best possible or not? That's the fundamental mistake that the members of their proposition makes. Without knowing the system, how can we talk about the system? Without knowing the elements of the university system and the mechanism how the students are used, in order to criticize or praise it, we should know the system. And if I go back to the history, in 1997, it was introduced that Z-score method was tested in 2001, but there was a transition from 3 subjects to from 4 subjects to 3 subjects in order to get them to a common scale. Z-score system was introduced, but most of the subjects which were there in 4 subjects criterion were not there in the 3 subject criterion. This composition made Z-score the best option then in year 2001. But the same thing was when it was implemented again for 2 groups, where 2 sets of students who sat in the new syllabus and who sat in the old syllabus, again new teams, but the same criterion failed in that particular position, where according to Professor Nalin De Silva and according to the researchers conducted by the Open University of Sri Lanka, there was a mismatch where when the result scores were pulled together, the raw marks of the students were pulled together and calculated the Z-score, the all syllabi student, there was a huge proportion and abnormal distribution where a huge percentage from the new syllabus students got selected to the university. Z-score failed in 2011. Why? I said when they were pulled together, it was a failure. Then Professor Tatil himself, who suggested it to Sri Lanka, proposed that they should be separately calculated. When this was separately calculated, was it a success? No, my dear learned profession, it was a failure there again. Then what happened? Abnormally, the students, the new syllabus students, their proportion went up. So, can we call this kind of a system the most suitable system or the best possible way? Can we say that? That's the question where my members who taught, not only speaking, we will come up with the best possible suggestion, not just saying that this is not the best possible suggestion. Thank you.
Oh no, dear brothers, we are never go backward. We are always trying to go forward. If you are saying that Z score is not the appropriate and most suitable way to select a student for university admission, what are you going to be suggest? Do you have any option better than Z score? Everything have positive and negative side. Everything is not 100% perfect. Z score will have failures and errors, but it is a better one, better than other things. And it is my responsibility to explain what are the influences that occurs to Z score. We can categorize these facts into four factors: technical factors, administrative factors, political factors, and other factors. First of all, we will concern about technical factors. Of course, there is no problem with the technical side of the Z score because it is calculated by a specialized team. And if we are applying correct values to the correct formula, we can calculate Z score 100% accurate to the point. So there is no problem with the technical side, and we are not going to talk about the technical side of the Z score so deeply. We are talking about that Z score is the best possible way to select student for university admission. This is our point. And sometimes Z score will fail according to the administrative factors. It is not a matter of Z score. It is a failure of human beings. Human beings are not 100% perfect. They all have errors and they may make lot of mistakes. Using all computers and the errors of systems, software may cause to these failures. And so, according to these points, Z score need correct instruction to calculate it, correct qualification, and people just like you are saying that Z score is not the appropriate and most suitable way to select student for university admission. So I again ask from you, what is the appropriate way? Can you suggest any option to select student to these universities? Do you have anything like that? It should be better than Z score and less failures. And again, in the year 2011, we found that on internet a girl who was doing the art subject having a 2 B's and 1 C. She has a 1.8 Z score. Do you think that it is not a failure of Z score? It is a failure of administrative factors, and sometimes it may be a failure of software or computer. If we assume 1 plus 1 equal to, it can never be 1 plus 1 equal to 3. If you apply 1 plus 2 equal, never can be 2. It should be 3. So it is the way Z score is a formula. If we are applying correct value to the correct place, we can calculate Z score very correctly. Professor Satil introduced this system to Sri Lanka. If you are saying Z score is not the appropriate way, you should be expert more than Professor Satil. And also you should have a better thing to tell us for university admission. Then if we are calculating Z score very correctly, we can never find the error on Z score. If there is any error of Z score, it is not the fault and matter of Z score. It is this totally error is human beings or computers.
Dear volunteers, I would like to quote again Z-score is best solution, the 100% perfect one. Why there are so many errors in there? If this system does not have, if this system have 100% solution, why does it always fail? You are again quoting Professor Tatil saying that he introduced this. What do you mean by introduce? He did not introduce this. He only introduced it to the Sri Lankan education system, not to the world. It was existed in far behind. His feeling of standard deviation needed internal data, confused applicants. Applicant confusion is a serious matter of my friends. Applicants are not familiar with Z-score. You all started to talk about this because this was controversial incidents in 2011, 2012 incident. Other than that, you never had an idea. You asking our team, asking that, do we have better solution? Yes, we do have better solution. That's why we are standing in a firm ground, pointing out that this is not the best solution, my friends. For this intelligent crowd, I do not have to say how much just the research value is. All the time has spent on this, all the time has invested in this. They know what the research is of value. Suitable for study in the impact course in 1996, 2000 university admission were based on row score. For 2006, 2008 were based on Z-score. 3 subjects were chosen in medicine, agriculture and engineering. Course students have opted to apply. Architecture and IIT did not meet condition in the university criteria when we are confirming about the districts. Hypothesis. I want to consider about the hypothesis. Case 1, standardized Z-score versus row score. Case 2, urban district versus rural districts. For this, case 1, medicine. In 1997, lower scores in medicine were accepted to medical school. But this is standardized and does not take difficult levels to come. My friends, so do you have an idea about how difficult some of the subjects we are facing off? Do you have any idea about that? Do you have weighted problems with this? No, you don't have. For this final remarks in this research, I would like to quote.
Yeah, it should be all the students have some basic idea about the calculation methods, right? Because now, in our exam schedule, we all of you know, as students, we know how do we get the marks, right? It's a ability, and also there should be a timeliness, should be, and feasibility, and the compatibility and stability, right? So when we consider the timeliness, right? Now you can see when the Z-score is introduced in 2001. In 2001, there was no any such a problem occurred. But last time, 2011, such a problem occurred. Now still the cutoff marks are released. They don't know. Actually, they are selecting for the university admission. Only know when the cutoff marks are released, whether the students are selected for the faculty of science or the faculty of medicine or engineering. Somehow what they have done in the stream. And also the stability, when we consider about stability, the Z-score don't have any stability points. In a good system, there should be stability points, there should be. Because compatibility mode also not there, and flexibility is not there in the Z-score. Because now, in this scenario, there is a huge problem occurred. And in future, it should be more than some problems occurred due to the many students are applying for the ALL exemption. Because, and also they told about the electricity generation, right? They got some example of the electricity generation. We all now actually the customers know how the bill is generated. All we know what are the bill type and the units how we calculate. Same way we have to know that the calculation methods in the Z-score. And also in public, they don't have any better idea about the Z-score. That means ideas in the Z-score, because it's not properly generated among the students. It's only the limited parts, and also also talking about the government attributes. Government attributes are not dependent about the Z-score, right? Professor Tatil introduced the system. It's not a better solution now. Most of them, our proposal team said it's a better solution, but it should not be the better solution, because if it's a better solution, there should be any problem, because every human being can be some errors can be done, because these errors are dealing with the student's life, student's future. There should be don't have any flexibility. Here the good system of flexibility, no paths in the C score. And also the methods of applying in the if there are two syllables are occurred, there are no relationship between the old for the two syllables. If there are two syllables are introduced, there are no relationship between the new syllabus and the old syllabus. Only the separate scenarios are applying separately. Therefore, the problems are occurred in the existing C scope. And also also we have to know that the proposition team told about the technical part. Always they are talking about the technical part. They told they don't need to talk about the technical part. But they always pointing about the technical parts, computer errors and all the things. All those things are the technical parts occurred in the C scope.
Is something that they define on technical, logical and ethical grounds. My dear ladies and gentlemen, we don't want to go into a definitional challenge. Definitional challenge is not required here. We'll go into the general areas, the general issues that we should discuss in this debate. The key point which I was able to realize from the first speech was this understanding or the awareness on Z score. As the proposition, we believe we do not want to go into the technical aspect. Z score, x minus mu divided by standard deviation, which is what you call the technical aspect. We don't want to go into the deep aspects of this Z score. We just want to focus on the outcome which is favorable or unfavorable to the society or to the community. And the next point, which was brought by the captain, which was about the previous system, there were 4 subjects done, and the new system, the 3 subjects were done, and like some sort of thing that some subjects being eliminated. For example, I represent from a commerce background. Before the previous system, there was statistics, which in the present system also, there are statistics which exist for students, which we have the option in doing these subjects. And the first speaker, he's saying that because of these new systems, some subjects have been eliminated from the system, and there's this Z score has not been able to give a particular weightage to this system. No, my dear ladies and gentlemen, that's highly irrelevant in this scenario. And let me add a certain point to this speech, like the understandability. Like, think of rocket scientists. Rocket scientists are the people who know how to launch a rocket and the missiles. And we don't want to go search into how the rocket is being constructed, what are the minutes, what are the physics involved, what are the rotation, what is the statistical significance which should be involved in this scenario. That is highly irrelevant. We should look at the outcome of this Z score, not go in deep to it, like calculation of the Z score, and as it like, there was this point which was brought by the third speaker, which is some sort of a solution which I come to later. Let me move on to the second speaker. 100%. You would be like a utopian if there's a 100% situation. This is highly irrelevant. The Z score, you are saying Z score is 100%. It should come across. It should give rise to it. It should provide a better solution in this regard, which is highly unlikely. In this topic itself. My dear ladies and gentlemen, people may think the Z score is the keyword in this topic. Ladies and gentlemen, Z score is not the keyword in this topic. The keyword in this topic is the best possible way. We emphasize on the fact that best possible way. Not the Z score, the technical aspects, and how the Z score being calculated, how the manipulations being done. We as the proposition, we believe that Z score has become the most suitable as well as best possible solution in this scenario. And whereas these R&D costs, research and development costs, yes, we believe there is research and development costs. But the thing is, Z score, if you come across, think of education. Parents are spending significant amount of money for education. Because why they are spending? To come up with an outcome, a better outcome in future. to make that his or her son to be a more professional in society. That's why if you invest something, if you incur some R&D costs and come up with a new solution, then if the solution is being able to is being feasible and consistent, then why not incur R&D costs? It's the most appropriate in this regard. Let me move on to the third speaker. They came up with it. He says called the median-centered research score or something. Median-centered or Tom, Dick and Harry research score or whatever research score, you can come up with research score, J score, whatever it is. But the system is, what is important in this regard is the solution, the important solution in this regard. And the other aspects which you are talking as the fourth speaker, the timeliness, flexibility, feasibility. Yes, we know, but we know all this is the system that you propose, the median-centered research score. Will it feasible in this case? Will it be feasible? Will it be timeliness? Will it be convenient? Please, I challenge. Please, demonstrate us how it is relevant in this case. The proposal that
realized there was some issues with their speeches, and there's no point that research score is not the best possible, but maybe MCS is also not the best possible, but research score system could not handle the syllabus transition. It was not flexible enough to handle the syllabus transition. And later he mentioned that our captain said that there was some subject reduction in 2001 syllabus transition. Yes, the main purpose of bringing up research score system to existence to university ranking criteria, university selection ranking criteria, to bring that 4 subject level into 3 without reliable proof. How can we base an argument on that? We use research papers, newspaper articles. What proof do you have to base your argument that saying that research score crisis occurred because of a computer failure or a mathematical error? Because some person calculate 1 + 1 is 3? No, we don't have proof. Do you have proof? Prove it. And no correct instructions. Okay, if a system doesn't have proper instructions, how can that system be the best possible? A man
I'm confused. So should you be. Without knowing the research score, they are saying it is the better solution. But we technically defined the problems in the research score with a lot of facts, with a lot of figures, with a lot of technical evidences. We support the idea that the median-centered score is the better solution for the erroneous nature of the C score. And they are saying in 2011 there was not a problem. They credited everything to the computers. It was not a problem of the computers, my dear proposition. It was a problem of the C score. Professor Patil suggested it should be calculated in a different way. This is I'm repeating because I am lost, because they are lost. They did notice, they say, should certain offices, they do not know the C score mechanism. C score has schoolers errors. It had some variable errors where some extreme values are there. All those problems, they gave the proper solution. They continuously asked the proper solution. We have already given it. We have established it. But even the last member asked for the better solution. Where are they heading? I am again confused. And they were talking about Wright brothers. They were talking about the scientists. And they were worried that we were prepared. That was the issues they had. They did not talk about Z-score. They did not establish that Z-score. They just said better without knowing the technicality. I'm really confused. How could that be?